before you can go live anywhere, you have to you prepare, right? You've got to prepare and practice, and that's like the key. It always looks so natural. There was a quote or an interview with George Carlin years ago, and the interviewer said, "Wow, you just look like you are. It's so fun up there. You're just so interactive, and you're so off the cuff." And he says, "That's not off the cuff at all. That's 9 months of preparation and rehearsal, getting every word, every joke, every pause, every facial thing." So yeah, first note is important, but practicing up to being able to go on and hit the first note without your knee hitting the keyboard
Yeah.
or stuff happens.
Yeah, well, George Carlin's a good example how like months of practicing makes it look so easy, right? That's how they make it look so easy is by the practice. But they can't do it without taking that first note.
Cheryl Ann, sorry, you're not even Cheryl Ann's on the screen here. Cheryl Ann says, "What if your last note is your worst? Like, what if your last note bombs or last joke? Basically, she's saying, what if your last joke bombs? So you're wrapping up and you're ending the job interview or the sales pitch or working out that resolution with the coworker or whatever that is, and your last point just dies. It kills it. Is there a rescue at that point? What do you do?
I think there's a couple of things. If you have one more joke in your arsenal that you want to try out, you can.
You go
But if
to?
you lost the audience already, there might be a chance that it's going to get the same reaction. So then the backup one is just say goodnight gracefully. At least they can remember that. If you walk off with your tail between your legs, that's what they'll remember about
Well,
you.
and maybe acknowledging it too. I remember seeing a comedian and the joke didn't work well, and she would just write down, joke doesn't go well in North Dakota, and she'd write that down as a, oh, okay, and they get it. So it relaxes the audience because they realize you've. I remember times where I've played the last note and it like sometimes it's the wrong chord, so you're finishing off and you hit the wrong note, and you can just sort of recover and smile at the audience, maybe acknowledge, but is that better, do you think, than trying to cover it up and BSing your way out of it, just acknowledging it? What do you think?
Absolutely. Yeah,
It is, eh?
that's where the
Yeah.
gracefulness comes in. You can be like, wow, okay, that really stunk, but you guys were great.
Yeah, we talked at the beginning about the art principle, the getting the audience attention first, and then you gain their respect, but you earn their trust. ART. We talked about that earlier, but maybe that's the whole point: is that now that you've gained their trust, they need to know that you're the kind of person that when it goes wrong at the end, you're okay with that. And stuff goes wrong in life, stuff goes sideways, whether it's your fault or tech or just whatever it was. You can take ownership of that, and that keeps that audience trust. You don't want to gain that trust at the beginning and then lose it right on the last note. But Cheryl Ann, that's a great question. Um,
Roland?
Mike says we're cool, but Mike, we're cool with you guys because you have been great letting us stick around so long today. So we're a little over time, but want to thank you. And I'm going to say goodbye from me. If you have any questions, again, visit grayday.ca. You can send us a note there and send us any questions. Hey, Tracy, there's a form they can fill out. You probably got some words to say. So
Yeah, absolutely. You can get a hold of us there. It's got all our contact info on it, as well as it's been great to interconnectivate with everybody today. We really appreciate your time, and hopefully, you guys have had as much fun as we have doing this event. Thanks to Mike, and thanks to everybody who's joined in today.